I'd like to welcome each of you to tonight's meeting. The school board meeting is officially called to order. At this time, if everyone would please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence first, please. Okay, the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Again, welcome to the June 6, 2022 school board meeting of the Madison County School Board. The school board meeting is an advertised meeting held in the public, not a public meeting. We have an established advertised agenda that will be followed. Anyone wishing to address the school board, you'll have 3 minutes to address the board. The sign-in sheet to speak during public input is on the table to the left as you enter the boardroom. Please sign in if you wish to speak. Our school board minutes are being recorded this evening by Ms. Bishop, confidential secretary and secretary of the superintendent. Board members present are Ms. Williamson, Mr. Carroll, Ms. Gibson, Ms. Bell, and myself, Bart Alford. This evening we have Clay Snickner representing us, our attorney. District staff members present is the superintendent, Ms. Joseph, and Ms. Bishop, the confidential secretary, and Mr. Goyette, our technology, doing our YouTube tonight. Again, does anyone wish to speak? Has anyone signed up? Okay, no one has signed up. And looking at our agenda, I'm going to amend the agenda to include 5.16. 2.1 will become 5.16. S&L integrated quote. 2.2 will become 5.17. The Dell Laptops. 2.3 will become wait a second, I think I'm off for a second. I'm sorry, let me go back. The 2.1 is going to become 5.15. The Dell Laptops will become, 2.2 will become 5.16. 2.3, the MCHS Gym 4 will become 5.17. And the tentative trim will become, 2.4 will become 5.18. And I am adding a 5.19, a proposal to the union to start the $15 an hour at July the 1st. So let me go back over those again for clarification. 2.1 will become 5.15. 2.2 will become 5.16. 2.3 will become 5.17. 2.4 will become 5.18, and 5.19 will be a proposal to the Madison County Educational Association to start $15 an hour July the 1st. Okay, those are the amendments to the agenda. There is no public comment. The consent items, 4.1 were the minutes from the May 16, 2022 meeting. 4.2 is a vision agreement with the Taylor County School Board for educational services for the visually impaired. 4.3 is the PAEC membership resolution. That is $7,777.34. 4.4 is the PACE professional development resolution, and that is $8,360.35. 4.5 is a joint use agreement with the Madison County Health Department going from June the 13th through the 17th, 2022. The Madison County, it will be going to North Florida College from 7 a.m. to 4:30. The estimated cost is $2,250. The health department will pay to the district. 4.6 is an engagement with Boucher and Company for our internal account audit. That will include Greenville Elementary, Madison County Central School, Madison County High School, Panetta Elementary, and Lee Elementary School. Is not to exceed $15,700. And 4.7 is an amendment to cooperative agreement with DJJ. Simply that the school district, at least 95% of the FEFP funds generated by students in the juvenile justice program or in the educational program for juveniles under the Florida Statute 985.9 be spent on instructional costs of those students. Those are the consent items. Is there a motion to approve the consent items?
I move to approve the consent agenda items.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Williamson. Is there any discussion?
Exactly what does PACE, what we do with PACE? What is that?
PACE is our consortium, that's our small county consortium.
Do we use, do we do anything with it?
We do a lot with them,
We do.
okay? That's where we have power because a small county by itself we have very little power. So most of your rural counties up here small, we band together as a unit and then we speak with a louder voice. And they provide different in-services and things like that. And when you band together, you get a better cost. One person didn't have to bear the full cost because some other adjoining counties can join in and help share the cost.
They also provide a lot in professional development. Friday, I had the opportunity of going to an in-service in PACE through the district I work in. And Madison was there also. A group from Central was there. So they do a lot with the reading coaches, with literacy, a lot with coming and doing walkthroughs if we need them to. So whatever we ask them to do, they are there to help.
Yes.
It is a.
I was going to say, as a reading coach, we did a tremendous amount of training over there in Shipley.
Yeah.
So
Do
they-
you have to, if you join the thing like this, do you have to also pay to go to the workshops too?
A lot of the workshops are included, the cost is included in the membership fee, but some workshops you attend, you do have to pay, but you need to understand that Madison County contracted with one person by itself. It's a whole lot more than Madison County, Jefferson County, Taylor County together, and that helps. It's a lot of cost sharing going on.
Leon County's in PACE. Leon County was
How about
there.
what color
Well,
they in
there's
there?
13 counties in
Yeah.
there. Washington County, Holmes County, Gulf County, those small counties, Walton County.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson, seconded by Ms. Williamson. Is there any further discussion? If there is none, all those in favor, show of hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the consent items. 5.0, individual consideration. 5.1, personnel changes.
Good evening. I have this evening 2 that are administrative appointments for the Central School APs. We have 9 instructional recommendations and 1 non-instructional. And as you can see at the bottom, resignation, retirement, we have 3 that are retiring and we have 4 that are resigning. The 4 that are resigning, one of them is staying in Tallahassee because that's where she's from. And the fuel's eating her up. 2 of them are going to be going to the academy and 1 is going to James Madison.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the personnel changes?
I made the motion to approve the personnel changes.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Mrs. Bell. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Bell, seconded by Mr. Carroll. Is there any discussion?
The ones that was for the assistant principal, they worked here. Didn't they work here?
Yes,
I
sir.
mean, they was in the
Yes,
county
sir.
anyway, right?
They were in a different role, but yes, sir.
Okay, good.
Any further discussion? If there is none, all those in favor of the personnel changes, show of hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the personnel changes. 5.2, summer school staff, Mr. Dillingsworth.
Okay, as far as the teachers go on the instructional recommendation, you'll see on the left a list of the names and then the assignments that are in the middle, and then on the far right-hand side, it will have the term. Ms. Day should also be, it should have had A in there, as well as Mr. Vogel. Both of those should have been A. They were both left blank, and Ms. Rogers is a sub. But those are the classes needed at this time to carry out summer school. Do you want me to go individually? Do you want to vote individually by group, or you want me to go through the?
You could do all the others, and we
Okay.
can go on this
Okay.
one.
And then the next one is the paraprofessionals. We will have, and you can see on that one, it will say either first session, both session, ESY's extended school year, but it will let you know what section or which term that they will be helping in as well. Then when you look over at the summer school drivers, don't vapor lock on that one. That's all the drivers. In reality, there are 4 regular bus routes, 3 ESC vans that are going, and 1 Head Start. So there's really 8 that are active on any given day. And what will happen is the other ones will fill in as subs if needed. It's easier to do that, but there's only 8 that will be functioning day to day. And if you go to your food service, that's a list of the names that will be helping. However, there will only be 4 that will work each day, and if they need somebody's out or whatever, then one of the other ones will fill in. They're really on kind of a rotation. But that's where those are. And that would be all that would be under the summer school staff. The other ones will fall under a different area.
Okay, thank you. Is there a motion to approve the summer school staff, including food service, summer school instruction, paraprofessionals, and summer school bus drivers?
I move to approve the summer school staff.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Mr. Carroll. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Williamson. Is there any further discussion? Any discussion? Okay, if not, it's been properly moved by Mr. Carroll, seconded by Ms. Williamson. All those in favor, show of hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the summer school staff. Okay, 5.3, extra summer hours, Mr. Killingsworth.
Okay, first you have, for the central school, you have the 2 MTSS personnel, which are basically what's being requested is each of them for 2 weeks. Of course, we work 10-hour days, so it's 80 hours for each of them at the end of the day. And then it states those 2 people's names there at the end. Then you have the graduation coach at the high school, and that is for 1 week, which is 40 hours to finish up that, and it also states who that particular person is. And we're also asking, as we have done last year, permission to allow the part-time custodians to work full-time during the summer as we rotate around the various schools, and there are the names of those that would be affected. to be honest with you, we're not fully staffed right now anyway. So, I mean, even if they're there, we're still understaffed. And then the last one is to add 20 hours a week for the groundskeeping area as we take the custodians and they move from school to school. We have one person dedicated just to go to all the schools to basically keep up the yards, and the custodians don't worry with that during the summer. So that one person will hop from school to school, and with the way the grass is growing, he's probably gonna stay pretty busy right now. So that's the extended hours that we have for that. The next sheet is the best, which are your new standards and stuff that were coming for your ELA standard and your math standards. It has a list of those who will be participating based on the, whether it be an English or math curriculum. The training itself, or what they'll be working on, is 4 days, 6 hours a day. So, you know, each one is 24 hours. And then it would be the same on the math side. And then as you can see, the dates, June 2023 for ELA and 18 to 21 July for the math standards. So as those change, we're trying to address those so that we can better instruct our kids coming this fall.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the extra summer hours?
I move to approve the extra summer hours.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Bell. It's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson, seconded by Ms. Bell. Any discussion?
I'd like to ask Mr. Killingsworth something.
Yes, ma'am.
Going back to the Madison County Central School, the 2 MTSS personnel.
Yes,
For
ma'am.
2 weeks, what actually do they do during those 2 weeks?
What they're going to do is they had probably over 80 MTSS meetings the last week or so of school,
Okay.
which is basically, you know, with the parents and students and teachers wrapping up. Now they've got to basically compile all that information up to the meetings and then, you know, turn it in. But, I mean, they had an abundance of meetings.
Oh.
I mean, they've had them throughout the year, don't misinterpret, but they had an abundance of them right at the end.
Okay, so they've
this
got-
is playing catch up.
They've got to finish up
wrapping
their
it
paperwork then?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and then the high school graduation, now what is he going to do for the week, for the 40
He will be
hours?
finishing up his graduation stuff for, now see, even though it says graduation coach, that doesn't mean that you just worry with the seniors. One, you're going to have to deal with the seniors that did not graduate, put their plan in place. Also, you're going to have to deal with your juniors. You're actually going to have to freshman, sophomore, but mainly where you start hitting our juniors and seniors, where they're at, where they need to be. And because when school starts in August, we need to have a plan and go ahead and start attacking what needs to be so that these kids can graduate.
Now,
Because you know the graduation rates that have been happening with the state due to COVID and all that other stuff basically was a
Right.
little on the inflated side.
But now, this is his full-time job, right, the graduation? He does it all year long?
He does MTSS also.
Yes,
at the
ma'am.
high
He
school.
does both.
He does both, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
And that's
Thank-
why his is only, I mean, he doesn't have as much time as the other ones.
yes. Okay, well, thank you for that
Yes, ma'am.
explanation.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. No
I
problem.
just-
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson, seconded by Ms. Bell. All those in favor, if there's no more discussion, show a hand, please. 5 by Ms. Bishop for approval. 5.4, supplement approval, high school academic class sponsors.
Okay, let me explain kind of how this is so it doesn't look like it's done retrospect. During IBB, during the year, this or these particular sponsors, senior, junior, sophomore, freshman, are things that need to be done in a high school, okay? That's things that's been needing to be done anyway. However, through the IBB process, part of what we had signed off with was to basically have a supplement, if you want to call it that, for these particular spots. And we had the people that tentatively were doing it. However, this part couldn't actually be officially done until ratified. So it's basically the paperwork catching up with what has happened because of us having to wait to make sure ratification was done at the end instead of at the beginning. If it had been done at the beginning of the year, we would have, come to you early, but we didn't because it wasn't there. So that's what that is. So I want you to know we're not trying to pull any smoke and mirrors
So
on you.
this is for this past year?
This year, we just got through with it.
Now, is this the first time they've gotten a supplement for that?
Correct.
Yes. 'cause
That's why
I-
you're seeing it here.
Yeah.
And there are.
I mean, the first time the high school has given a supplement for that. Because
Yes,
in
ma'am.
the
It's
past,
not
I know there was
the first time
no.
that it's, we've needed it in the past, but we just haven't had it like that. It needed to be there, to be honest with you, because of, especially as you see junior and senior, there's far more stuff going on than what happens
I know,
in
I
ninth
did
and
it, I
10th
did it,
grade.
I did it for no
I
supplement.
know, and I appreciate you volunteering.
I volunteered.
But these are things that we're trying to work in to make it logical, so to speak,
Yeah.
and fair. Now, there are supplements that are on the book, so to speak, and that we don't feel. I mean, if there's something going on that we don't have, then you don't feel it.
Right.
I mean, it doesn't cost anything when you don't feel it, but, if you pull it off the books, then you got to go all the way back through the dance to get it back up there. And it's easier just not to feel it. So I'm asking your permission, if you would, to approve this.
So what's the reason for 2 in the senior and 2 in the junior and 1
Your-
in the other?
Your freshman and sophomore events, what they do is not to the level that it is as your junior and senior year as far as involvement. After school, evenings, different type meetings, things of that nature that go on. As you know, your senior year, of course, gets real interesting. So that's basically what it is.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the supplement?
I move to approve this supplement.
It's been properly moved by Mr. Carroll. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gibson. Is there any discussion? If there is none, it's been properly moved by Mr. Carroll, seconded by Ms. Gibson. All those in favor, show of hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval. 5.5 is additional instructional recommendation for the 2022-23 school year.
Mr. Chair, these are some names that were omitted from the original instructional recommendation list for the next year. So I'm just cleaning up some people that was not released and they need to be recommended back for next year.
Okay, is there a motion to accept the instructional recommendations?
I'll make the motion to accept those instructional recommendations.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Williamson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Bell. Any discussion? If there is none, all those in favor, show of hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval. Okay, the next one, moving right along, travel request. We have 3 or 4 here. We have the first one is the Florida School Board Association and FADS Conference, June the 8th through the 9th. In Tampa, Florida. Those attending will be Ms. Gibson, Ms. Bell, and myself. The cost for that is $3,500, around $3,500. Number 2, the second is the 56th annual FACTE conference in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida. This July the 18th through the 20th, 2022. This is a CTE conference. It's through Title I. the estimated cost is $1,750. Those attending will be Ms. Howard, the Title I coordinator, and the superintendent's designee. They will review CT data reporting and collection, health occupations, ag-related business, industry certification, and career pathways. Number 3, the next one is the Professional Development Summer 22, and I will read over these quickly. June the 1st through the 3rd, June the 8th through the 10th, June the 21st through the 22nd, we have the Guardian training here in Madison. The attendees are confidential. June the 6th through the 10th, we have the Florida Finance Officers Conference in St. Augustine. Those attending will be Ms. Rayneck and Ms. Fletcher. June the 13th through the 17th, we have the Rural Connect, grades 6 through 8, and that would be in Mariana. That'll be Kara Washington, Barbara Pettiford, Rachel Brinson, and Quenisha Knight. June the 13th through the 16th is the Emory Riddle STEM Camp in Perry, Florida, and that will be, attendees will be Ms. Goots, Bridget Goots. June the 20th through the 23rd, we have the State Literacy Institute in Orlando. Those in attendance will be Yolanda Davis, Lisa Roderick, Amy Kendrick, and Natalie Irvine. June the 20th through the 23rd, we have the 40-hour basic school bus operator instructor course. That will be in Pensacola. In attendance will be Travis Jones. June the 22nd through the 24th, we have the civics training in Jacksonville. The attendee has Mr. Eberson, but I don't know. He was
We're
one
gonna
of
have to, that will be changed.
Okay, someone else will be going. The superintendent can decide or will decide. June the 26th through the 30th is the FAPT conference in Orlando. That will be Montrell Hawkins and Travis Jones. That will be a transportation conference. July the 11th through the 13th is the Literacy Coach Boot Camp in Tallahassee. That will be Kara Washington, Natalie Irvine, and Leslie Fletcher. July the 11th through the 13th, the NEFEC conference in Ponte Vedra Beach would be Robin Hill, Melinda Ritchie, Amanda Brown, Amanda Hurst, and Paula Kaufman. July the 11th through the 13th, the FAMIS conference. In attendance will be Isaac Goyette and Heather Moats. July the 19th through the 20th is the PACE conference in Miramar. In attendance will be Ms. Joseph and Ms. Rayneck. July the 19th through the 21st is the BSI Institute in Orlando, and that is unknown at this time who will attend. In June the 20th through the 23rd is the 40-hour basic school bus driver instructor course, and that will be in Pensacola, and that will be Travis Jones and Jennifer Fulmer. So that is the list of professional development. And we also have, this is a repeat, I think, for the ones I just read out, but I'll do it again. The next one is the basic school bus operator. That's 620 through 622. It's a 40-hour instructor course, and that will be Travis Jones and Jennifer Fulmer attending that. Okay, are there any, is there a motion concerning the travel request?
I make a motion for the travel request.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Williamson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gibson. Any discussion?
The one on the bus, it's on there twice.
Yes, but we're only gonna go once.
I was just wondering, we're gonna drive there, come back and go again.
No, we're only going once. What we're trying to do, we're trying to get our trainer on site, because the trainer that we had on site, he resigned. And that's what we're working on.
I got you.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Williamson and seconded by Ms. Gibson. Is all those in favor, show a hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the travel request. Okay, the next item is the student travel request. And it's this time of year, and we have cheerleading camp, and we have the Madison County High School and the Madison County Central School cheerleaders going to Statesboro, Georgia for cheerleading camp, July the 12th through the 14th. there's, from the high school, you have 16 JV, 16 varsity, and 16 from Madison County Central going, plus the chaperones. Is there a motion to approve the student travel to Statesboro, Georgia?
I move to approve the student travel to Statesboro, Georgia.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Mr. Carroll. Is there a second? Second by Ms. Bell. Any discussion? If there is none, all those in favor, show of hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the student travel. 5.8, administrative and confidential employee recommendations.
Okay, presented to you are the administrative recommendations for the 22-23 school year. We're still looking for an assistant principal at Madison County Central School and a principal at the Madison County High School.
Did you say you're looking for an assistant principal?
Yes,
For Central?
ma'am.
Okay, then they'll make 3 assistants at Central.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, okay.
Okay, is there a motion for the administrative and confidential employees recommendations?
I move to approve the administrative and confidential employee recommendations.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson. Is there a second?
Second. But I do have a question. Do we have assistant principal at the high school yet?
We have one. Yes, we have one. We've got that staffed according to our staff and allocation plan. She's still there, Ms. Hurst. She will remain as assistant principal.
And will they have a dean, Ms. Joseph? Or?
Yes, they will have a dean, I think, and that's on our staff and allocation plan, that the high school will have an assistant principal and a dean, and as well as the principal.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson, seconded by Ms. Williamson. Any further discussion?
Yes, I'd like to just clarify something because I've had a couple of people approach me, just so they know that all of these positions, these people are put in place by the superintendent, which is the superintendent's job to do this. So in other words, the board members do not put these people in the positions. I was going to ask Mr. Reeves or Mr. Snichter to say something about that, but unless there's a problem with that, what I just said.
Well, the superintendent makes the individual recommendations.
Right.
The board can vote them up or down, but the board cannot put names in and make recommendations.
Yes.
That's solely the job of the superintendent.
Yes, that's what she was elected to do. But I just want to clarify that so everyone knows that the board did not put these people in these positions.
That's correct. All
Okay.
you're doing is approving the
We approved,
slate.
that's right. Okay, thank you.
If we were to disapprove, we would have to have
Have reasons.
Yes.
just cause.
You would. And stated on the record.
I just wanted to clarify that.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Snichter. It's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson, seconded by Ms. Williamson. All those in favor, show of hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval. Okay, 5.9, bid approval for MCCS painting project. The painting project is going to Robinson and Son Painting. Is there a motion to approve?
I made the motion to approve the bid for the painting project.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Bell. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gibson. I have something to say.
They do.
How do we determine like what needs to be done?
What needs to be painted, we painted some last year, and we looked at the amount of money that we have, and see how far we'll go and how much time, because we're doing a lot of work at Central School. We're doing painting, we're doing cleaning carpets, we're doing air conditioner replacements, and you're seeing, we're just finding out how much time do you have and how much you can possibly get done, and look at the dirtiest rooms and where the greatest need is.
If by chance we have any leftover paint somewhere in the district, Greenville's front door needs to be repainted.
I think we can do that whether we have enough double paint or not.
Greenville's front door and the trim around the door in the office needs to be painted, and the molding as you come in the door around the baseboard
We
needs
can make
to.
that a project, okay?
That's something that caught my eye, and so if that please could be looked at,
And we get input from the principals also.
because their front door needs to be painted.
Okay, we'll get it done.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Bell. Ms. Gibson, is there any other discussion?
On the bidding, is that the only way we advertise bidding is on the website and on Facebook?
Did we post it in the newspaper?
It says bids were advertised for 2 weeks, Madison County School District website and Madison County School Facebook. Not everybody has Facebook, and probably not everybody have computers to look at on a
Do we ever reach out to companies that do this and ask them if they want to
Yes,
do a
we
bid?
do. But to answer your question, for these are the only 2 ways that we advertise for these specific bids, but we do call, professionally, okay, formally, but we do call people and ask them to submit a bid and tell them where they can find the
Well, I know
information.
And the other
on
things.
some other ones, it stated that they called, and, well, this one they didn't state, and it
But we
don't
did,
matter
I do know
to
he
me.
did
I
call
just-
someone else about submitting a bid for this.
Yeah.
Because we do try earnestly to get at least 3 bids. If we don't have them in, we will call and see if we can get them to bid.
One
And some-
thing about advertising in the paper, they would cost, we would have to pay
Yes,
for
we'll have to
that.
pay.
I know what we pay for ads, I don't know what they pay to advertise for.
More.
So that's something to think about, but is there any other discussion concerning the painting? There's no other, all those in favor, show of hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, to approve Robinson and Son for the painting at Central. Okay, 5.10, a lot of bids here. A bid approval for Panetta Elementary carpet replacement. It is Madison Flooring, who was the only person to bid, to put in a bid, and it was $34,875. Okay, is there a motion to approve the bid?
I move to approve the bid for Panetta Elementary carpet replacement.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Carroll. Any further discussion?
All this come out of general funds, right?
No, that's not coming out of general fund. That carpet replacement, that's coming out of ESSER.
Okay.
Okay, quality of air, whatever. But I don't know, that's coming out of that one.
One, and I had spoken to Ms. Joseph about this, in the future, like, if we were to replace any carpets, maybe look at any, new flooring that's vinyl that we could mop, that's less noise. I've been in some classes that have this new engineered type floor that's, not carpet. And I know with allergies and mold and mildew at many of our schools during the summer with the heat and the concrete floor, we have mold and mildew, and maybe at some of the others in the future. Like, I don't know comparable, like price-wise, you would go with whatever's.
And I did speak with Mr. Gann about that and told him let's do some research about possibly replacing with some type of tile rather than carpet.
Yeah,
Next time we have
this is almost like an
project.
engineered, rubbery type floor where you don't, in a lot of elementary classes with the chairs scooting back on the traditional tile, it's
Yep.
loud, noisy, but this, it's not that with this type of flooring, and it is
Right.
something that you could mop every day if you need.
I think that's a good idea, something to look into, because carpet, well, we know what carpet's like.
It's hard
And
to
the
keep
carpet does
clean.
look bad at Panetta, I can verify that. But even in your own home, I mean, you have wood floor or tile, I mean, it's so easy to clean, and
What-
I think it would be healthier, actually.
What the big issue I think today is just the, with mold and mildew, with the schools, we would have to keep it at a certain temperature. If not, if
And
you were
just
to,
germs, I mean, kids
you were to-
cough and it goes
if you
through
were
the
to
floor.
shut it down this summer and cut all the air off at the schools, we would have mold and mildew when we went back in August. So just something to think about. I know this fall's already rolling with the carpet, but in the future. 511 is a bid for approval for Madison County's Central School Limited Entry Project. And that would include a glassed-in area where there's only one entry as you come into the school. Whereas now you have the right and left side, you could flank to either side and go in. You're not gonna be able to do that anymore. The person will have to buzz you in. So it's a single point of entry to harden the school. And Bennett Glass is the bid, and it is for $28,600.
And this is an example of several people he called and almost begged for a bid.
He might have should have called Glass Pro in Valdosta again. They may not have been, he called them in February. I'm just saying that. I'm just saying, what I'm saying a while ago is we gotta find a better way to advertise for bidding than just Facebook and the website. That's all I'm saying.
Well, it looks like 4 people
Now,
have been
he called
contacted
these-
here.
He
Yeah.
called these cats.
Yeah. Now, getting back to Central, though, I mean, on either side of the office, there's gates, and they're locked. You can't get through there, right?
No, this is in the front office. This is in the
Oh,
main
oh,
office.
this is in actually the
This is in the main
building.
office. Once you come in the front door.
Right.
of the main office, you have that central podium there, and the sides are open.
Okay.
We're gonna close
Oh,
those
so
down.
those are gonna be closed off.
People cannot go back.
Oh, I
in
got
the
you.
office
I
without,
was thinking the 2 gates on either
permission.
side of the office.
No,
Okay,
no, this
okay.
is in the office.
Those should always be closed, but this will be in
Yeah,
the
they
main
are
entrance.
blocked.
As you come in, where parents now can go either on the elementary side or middle school side, they won't be able to.
And this year, we did have an incident where a parent just kept going. But we need to be able to stop that, nip it in the bud.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the bid for the glass?
I made the motion to approve the bid for the glass. For limited
Okay, it's been
entry.
properly moved by Ms. Bell. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Williamson. Any further discussion? Okay, if there's not, all those in favor, show of hand. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the limited entry at Madison County Central School. And that'll be complete by the start of school, Ms. Joseph?
I really hope so, if they can get the supplies in. That's has been the
The
problem of
hardest.
everything, getting supplies in. We're trying to replace air conditioners out of Central School, but they're missing a piece. They're doing what they can, but they're still missing a part on the air conditioners.
Okay. The next one, the bid for the solid waste.
I have a question. These bids vary, so is this for the same service?
Yes, ma'am, same service. It's picking up those emptying those green Dipsy dumpsters for the same number of dumps per year.
Okay,
It's the same thing.
okay.
Okay, the bid approval is for the the Madison County Solid Waste for $21,924 for the year. Is there a motion to approve the bid?
I'll make the motion to approve the bid.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Williamson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Bell. Any discussion?
Now, last year, these cats was $95,000 something dollars. I mean,
It's the same service.
It's nice to see
and
some came
We've had
down.
a talk with them, and this is what he bid.
all right. I
He's
mean,
well aware of
we-
what's going on.
They ain't gonna come back, oh,
No, they're not coming back.
That was supposed to be a 7.
No, no, no. He actually, I saw his bid, and he submitted the bid, and that's what the county said they could do it for.
Well,
Yeah,
that's,
yeah, road.
They have a little grace and compassion for us.
yes,
Let's take that.
we'll be
We'll
thankful.
see if we-
Yes, let's be thankful.
They'd have to pay.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Williamson, seconded by Ms. Bell. All those in favor, show a hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval. Okay, the next item, 5.13, we have our bid for our fuel bid, and the winner, or the winner bid is J&J Strong. The diesel bid is plus .035 on market. For unleaded is plus .035 on market value at that time. With the uncertainty of gas and diesel, I think that's a fair,
Yeah, you can't, they used to put an exact amount, but you can't do
can't
that
do it
anymore.
now.
It
It's
changes
such a
too
moving
much.
target, you can't do that anymore.
okay, is there a motion to approve J&J Strong?
I make the motion to approve J&J Strong.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Bell. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gibson. Is there any discussion? If there is no discussion, all those in favor, show a hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of J&J Strong for our diesel and gas vendor for the year. 5.14, permission to purchase a tractor for the MCHS Ag Program, and that's being purchased out of ESSER 3. The winning quote was with the Lassiter tractor quote. The initial was $60,500. With add-ons is additional $7,193.01. Is there a motion to approve the Lassiter tractor quote?
I move to approve the purchase tractor for Madison County High School Ag Program.
And Mr. Alford, we need to know, this was not bidded, and the law says, if you have a state bid, and you can find a bid less than state bid, you do not have to go out and do your 3 bids. So that's why we were able to, we're showing your state bid and showing you Lassiter's.
Where's Lassiter's?
It's in Georgia.
It's either in Moultrie or Adel or,
Okay, I was just wondering.
yeah, I've been there, but
And it's the same type of tractor, some type of John Deere. I can't tell you the specific on it.
That's a good tractor.
It's a Kubota?
It's a John Deere.
yeah,
That's a
John Deere.
John Deere.
Oh. That's a good tractor.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Williamson. Any discussion?
So when we do a state bid, we also check on some others before we
See if
accept
we
the
can get
state
it
bid?
cheaper.
You
See if we
don't
can
do
get
a
it cheap.
state bid. The state bid, you've got to.
I know you got it, but what I'm saying is, like, when we done the
When
the
we buy
vehicle,
things off
like the
the,
vehicle, we didn't have nothing else. Did we check somewhere else to see if it could get cheaper? Do we do
sometime
that?
we do, sometime we don't.
The cars we did, if that's what you're asking.
Do what now?
If you were asking about the cars we had before we
The cars they did.
did, the versus.
Yeah, I was asking, well, we done that truck, for maintenance. I was just wondering if we did that every time, or if this ag lady did this on, which was a smart move.
I think she probably did it.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson, seconded by Ms. Williamson. All those in favor, show a hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the purchase of the tractor for the Madison County High School Ag Program from Lassiter Tractor Company. 5-0. Okay, 5.15, which is an addition. The S&L integrated quote, which is an interactive display boards. There's 50 boards. The total is
54.
54, okay. The total is $158,556.12, and that too is paid for out of ESSER 3. Mr. Goyette.
That's pretty much summary of it. This is for, to replace the interactives at the high school and finish replacing the rest of them at Central. Paid for out of ESSER.
What are we doing with our ones that are still like, are we selling the ones who are still?
Yeah, we will. I mean, we've got quite a few that are having issues, especially at the high school because they're getting pretty old. Yeah, we'll probably be selling 35 to 40. I'm gonna keep some of them, but we'll sell 35 to 40, basically 65-inch TVs. So I'm not sure exactly how we're going to do that yet, but probably sometime during the school year we'll do an auction or something for them.
Now, do all the classes, and it looks like they do, have these?
Yes.
I thought they did, yeah. I mean, K
Yeah,
through 12.
Yeah, last year we finished replacing all the old smart boards at Central.
So they're not, are they still called smart boards?
No, the new ones are.
They're not, okay.
And you may call it something else, do the teachers have the Elmos or you may call it the ladybug and some Elmos where?
You project what's written down on your
Right.
paper. Some of them have.
Yeah, so we document cameras.
Yeah,
okay.
that's what we call them.
We have enough document cameras for every teacher
That's good.
that hook into the computer that's on the TV.
It's very nice to have that. Okay, is there a motion to approve the interactive display boards,
I move to-
54?
I'm sorry. I move to approve the S&L integrated quote.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Mr. Carroll. Is there a second?
Second.
By Ms. Gibson? Any discussion? All those in favor, show a hand if there's no discussion. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval. The next item, 5.16, Dell Laptops, for the total of $33,748.40, and this is paid out of Title IV. It's 28 laptops.
Yeah, these are teacher laptops.
Okay, teacher. Okay. Is there a motion to approve these?
I move to approve the Dell laptops.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Gibson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Carroll. Any discussion? If there is no discussion, all those in favor, show a hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval. Okay, I think that's all from Mr. Goyette here. 5.17, the MCCS gym floor replacement. We had a leak back. The replacement is $135,237. Insurance will cover that, but the district will be responsible for $5,000.
That's gonna have to come out of general fund.
That's going to be out of general fund, but the district's responsible for $5,000 of the $135,000. Are there any questions concerning the floor?
Is it the same kind of floor going back? Is it wood?
Wood floor,
Yeah,
yes.
good.
Okay, is there a motion to approve the floor?
I made the motion to approve the MCCS gym floor.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Bell. Is there a second?
Second it.
By Mr. Carroll. Any discussion? Okay, if there's no discussion, all those in favor, show a hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the gym floor at Madison County Central School to be replaced. 5.18 is a tentative trim calendar. set out. And if Ms. Joseph would speak, my device has gone down.
Okay, I know you said tentative, but this is our actual trim calendar, and we were fortunate enough this year to be able to schedule all of our meetings on our standard meeting date, so we will not have an off meeting date. And I think it's self-explanatory about our trim calendar. And we will get it to the appropriate persons and get it published in the appropriate places. But all of these are on a regular standard meeting date.
Does anyone have any questions concerning the trim? Okay, is there a motion to approve the trim calendar?
I'll make the motion to approve the trim calendar.
Okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Williamson. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Bell. Any discussion? Okay, if there is none, all those in favor, show a hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the trim calendar. Okay, 5.19 is something that we added tonight. It's a proposal with the Madison County Educational Association, the union, to start the $15 an hour July the 1st when the new fiscal year starts.
Okay, the reason we're asking you to do this, hopefully it can help us recruit more people to work, because rather than paying $10 an hour, which is the present minimum wage, the minimum wage is going up to $15 an hour, October 1, and that will be double work for us, but hopefully we can find some subs and we can find some workers, and to help with the morale of the workers. This is only the first process. We're going to propose this to the union, and the union has to ratify before we can move to $15 an hour.
That sounds good to me. I'm sure they'll probably want that for their people.
Okay. And so what I'm asking the board to reach out and do an arbitration and offer with the union's approval to start the $15 an hour on July 1.
So do we need a motion to do that?
Yes, is there a motion to,
I'll make the motion that we reach out to the union to offer $15 an hour starting July 1st instead of October 1st.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, my voice is going.
Yes.
okay, it's been properly moved by Ms. Williamson, seconded by Ms. Bell. Any discussion? Okay, if there is no discussion, all those in favor, show a hand, please. 5-0, Ms. Bishop, for approval of the proposal to the union to start the $15 an hour on July the 1st. Okay, I think that is all on the agenda. 6.1, superintendent items, Ms. Joseph.
Okay, Mr. Alford, one of the things that was discussed in our exit interview with the auditor has to deal with our time, the students, our employees signing in and signing out. We've recently gone to time clocks. And one of the things that Mr. Alford had mentioned, that possible we need a workshop to come up with some procedures and policies on how do we want to deal with the time clock. And so I would like to suggest Monday, June the 13th for a workshop on time clocks. Now, if that's not a good time, I just need to start with someplace.
I'm going to be out of town that week, but I hate for y'all to schedule around me.
June the 13th?
That's Monday of next week, okay?
I'll be gone from Sunday to Wednesday.
Okay, it's some conversation that it's a workshop on how do we want to proceed this. I need input from you. So what day fits you?
Is there anyone else who can't be here on the 13th? Everyone
I can
else?
be here.
Ms. Williamson could give input before she left if you could, of like some ideas of what we were looking at is, I I've been the chairman the last 2 years, so whoever is the chairman has to sit in on entrance and exits from the Auditor General. And for at least the last 4 times I've been in there, she's brought this up. This time we've been written up over it of how employees are refusing to clock in and out. And we can't, they have to do that. They have to clock in and out, and it's theft of time. And she was pretty adamant about it, and it's grounds for termination, but we need to decide how we want to set up the policy to where we can be as forgiving as we can be, but still have them do what they need to do and clock in and out.
And we need some written rules in place.
We
and that's
need
what I need to get that
written
direction
rules
from
and
you.
written what's going to happen to where we have something to stand on, because there's a list of people who just will not do it. And again, as a result, the board has been written up, or the district's been written up concerning this, and she's very adamant about, to Ms. Joseph and I, that it is theft and it is grounds for termination.
And I will have to respond to the audit finding, and this will be stage in helping me do that.
We could do it on the next, if Ms. Williamson, if you want to be here for it and not give recommendations, we can do it on the 20th, maybe 5. We could have a workshop at 5.
That would be okay with me.
That'd be fine with me.
Is that okay
That's
with you,
fine,
Ms.
that's
Joseph?
fine.
Okay, so
So we'll meet at 5 o'clock. for the
5
workshop.
o'clock on June the 20th. At 5 concerning, and again, be thinking of what we can do, because it is something that we have to do. And if you think about it, if you've ever worked in the public sector, all other jobs out in the public, you do have to clock in and out.
Well, Mr. Alfred, I mean, I've had different jobs. I didn't realize that when you took a job, it's optional to follow the rules or not.
Well,
You know, when you take a job, you know the rules, so I don't think that should be optional. In other words, I don't feel like doing it. But
right.
I'm glad we're doing this, though. We'll put it down.
That'll
here.
be something we can discuss
We
on the
can-
20th, and I hear what you're saying, and I hear what you're saying, and agree with what you're saying, but we'll discuss it on
Yes.
the 20th and come up with policy to, because again, we have to we have to show something to the Auditor General. We have to do it just for a safety issue where, heaven forbid, if something were to happen at the school where you had mass evacuation, that's a way for the district to tell who's on campus, is who's clocked in and who's not in. I mean, it's a life safety issue also, not just making sure time is right and people are taking off when they go to have their hair done and their nails done, and not just making a quick dash uptown and coming back. I mean, all that needs to be documented. So on the 20th, we'll go over all that. Anything else, Ms. Joseph?
Okay, one other thing, at your place that you were sitting, we received the FSA third grade scores, and I've given you where we stand in respect to the other districts, and I've given you district report of schools for Madison County. And as of today, these are the only scores we have back. I do anticipate the others coming back soon, but they do not tell you an exact date of when they're coming back.
And keep in mind that level 3 is not proficient, 4 is proficient, 3 is satisfactory. So this percentage of achievement of level 3 or above, that is satisfactory, not proficient. So again, we have a lot of opportunity for growth.
And as a note, when we started looking at this number of kids that scored level 1, before we looked at exemptions to maintaining that, is that we started out with 44, but because some of them are ESC, had a retention in third grade, or they had a portfolio that would support exam or exemption for promotion, we wound up about 25 that's in summer school. And so they did begin summer school today. Some third grade summer reading camp.
So around 25 that are in third
Yes.
grade. And this would be something, Mr. Carroll, of what you asked earlier with PACE. PACE would come over and help the school, if the school sought the help, to come up with plans and strategies. And that, what we were at Friday, was one of those types of planning where the school is coming up with their plan of what this team of people will help to facilitate the plan that the school is a success. So that's one of the things that they're doing with this. Chris Bray, who was with Just Read Florida, is the one over it. She's familiar with Central. She was at Central and the high school, I think, this past year, but she was with Just Read Florida with reading, but she's now back at PACE and is over this cadre of people who are helping facilitate this.
And I hope we take advantage of PACE, you know, with all they have to offer.
They offer a lot.
We
Yes, they
take
do.
advantage of PACE. Several of the workshops that you approved tonight are being sponsored by PACE. Even the one down in Perry is being sponsored by PACE. Okay, and the last thing I would like to report is that summer school did get off to a good start today. And we are hosting summer school at Madison County High School, so we will be able to do extensive cleaning at Central School and major upkeeps.
Okay, Mr. Snickner, do you have anything for
No,
us?
sir, I do not.
Okay, thank you for coming tonight.
You're welcome.
Thank you, appreciate
Always a
it.
pleasure to be here.
It's nice to have you. Ms. Williamson?
I just want to thank everybody for a really good school year last year, and hope everybody has a relaxing summer.
Thank you. Mr. Carroll?
Just a couple of things. One thing I learned a lot in coaching was them little things is really important, the little things that we do. I sent Miss Joseph a picture of the bleachers at graduation that a parent sent me that they had to sit on, and that thing, it was awful. I mean, I wouldn't have sat on it. And I don't think I think that we need to take a little bit more pride in our facilities that way. I mean, it was awful.
You mean
The pic-
rotted,
huh?
broken?
No, it was nasty. I'm talking about nasty. That color. It was supposed to be silver, and it was
So
just
like
as nasty.
pressure washing,
It needs it
Also
bad.
not
pressure
broken.
washing.
I don't know the last time it's been, I pressure washed it when I was there in 2009.
That should be
I've
a
got a
dime.
question
Probably the
about
last
that.
time.
I was having a discussion with someone. Who is in charge of graduation? Is it the district office or that specific school, any graduation? Should the district office be in charge of it, or should that school be in charge of it?
I personally think both should be,
I mean, we can have the, I need to know what part does the district office, should we play in a graduation? Because I was a bit confused
I'm
this
just
year.
going to speak for myself.
Okay,
If I were sitting in your seat, which
Okay.
I'm not going to be sitting in your seat. But if I were sitting in your seat, I would want to know I would have my hand in it because I'm funny about things like that I would want to know it come out how I wanted it to come out. Although it's at the school site, I still would want to know that everything was being done like how I wanted the convocation to be. And Ms. Gibson and I have talked about this, how we may want it sometimes, the average person on the street, we're on two different planets of what we.
Our expectations.
Our expectations are different sometimes than what the average, what other people may think is appropriate. So if you say that, I would want to know because I would want to, I wouldn't want any surprises when I got there. So I wouldn't want to know.
You know, I think probably the school should plan, because they're at the place, they're logistically, but should get approval from the superintendent so that you know what they're doing and stuff, and then if something doesn't seem right, you have input in to straighten that out. Because if there was an incident or something happened, it would be the district that got sued, not the high school.
I'm gonna tell you this, that bleacher's a direct reflection of me, of sitting up here on the school board. That's how I take it. That bleacher is a direct reflection of me, because I'm part of this. I mean, if we can't take pride in our stuff, how we expect our kids to take pride in it? Now, the field wasn't mowed either. Now, it didn't look like it needed mowed, but there were weeds about that high. It wasn't mowed. Now, I mean, a freshly mowed field, this was a graduation. This is something other special that we had. Somebody needs to say, listen, we're gonna take some pride in this. We're gonna make it, you know, the best it can be. That's just the way I feel. And I feel like that's a direct reflection of me. And I don't like to look like that.
You're correct. I mean, it's a direct reflection when we go to open house and the rooms hadn't been cleaned and teachers are jumping on us about the cleanliness of the rooms. All of it's a direct reflection on all of us.
That's right.
Here.
Absolutely.
I mean, any unpainted door, any molding that's off, it's all a direct reflection. And sometimes I think that site administrators, like maybe at some of the different schools, once you get used to seeing things over and over, it becomes normal. And for an average person who isn't there all the time, they walk in and they see
Well,
it,
you know,
it's
my
abnormal.
personal thing,
For
we may
example,
not have enough money to buy a new one.
if
Fix
there's
of this, or
there's
fix of that,
things
but there's
maybe
no
out at
excuse to be
Central
nasty.
that if you see every day, you
It
get
doesn't
used to
take a lot
seeing
of money
it.
to be
Versus
clean.
if I go in there and I'm just there visiting and I haven't seen it, it's abnormal. It needs to be fixed. But sometimes I think we've become complacent and just think of it as being normal.
And I think it takes more than just all the eyes looking at it. You know, in other words, the principal, he's in charge of the school, and if he says this needs to be done, and then maybe, you know, if they don't have what they need to do it, like a pressure washer, contact the superintendent and say, we need this done. So I don't know if it's one, I'm sorry, it's not just one person that's responsible. I think it's going to be everyone looking out. But I think we have wonderful, well-kept schools now. I'm going to say that because, I mean, our schools are beautiful. But it takes a lot of people to keep it going.
Okay.
Ms. Johnson, isn't there a graduation team that they have at the high school?
It's at the school, I just needed to know how
That
much
you need to be part
support
of that team.
would I have as a superintendent if I see something's out of place.
I think
That's
they
the basic,
Yes, ma'am. I think you just should be included in that team that they have for the graduation team. Then you'll know everything that's going on.
okay, I just need to know what kind of support would I have from the board. That stuff, those are just
Well,
my
you have my
questions.
full support because everybody that works for this district works under the direction of the superintendent.
Right.
And all the principals are your annual employees. So we have no say to them. That's your call.
Okay.
I mean, but again, if I'm the superintendent, I would want to know what I'm walking into for a graduation or a promotion, that I'm not walking into a circus. I mean, that's just me talking. I mean, but yeah, I would want to know. And again, I think that with all the people at the county office that are going to the schools, they should be, if they're seeing something, they should be reporting it to the principal of things that need to be, because the principal has a lot going on throughout the day. And maybe they just hadn't seen it, or again, they've gotten used to seeing it and it becomes normal. I mean, after you see something long enough, it becomes normal to you, unfortunately. Where was that?
I'm through. It was Mr.
Mr.
Carroll.
Carroll.
I'm done.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Gibson?
Yes, I was absent 2 weeks ago, but so I didn't have the pleasure of congratulating all the seniors and all those who graduated this year. For that 2-week period up until graduation, though, had the privilege of going to awards days and concerts and graduations, and it was just a wonderful event, and I'm thankful for everyone that had a part in making this play out. I'd like to thank all of our employees for all the hard work and dedication that they do each and every day. Everyone has a job, and every job is important, and I'm thankful for everyone that does it. Thank you.
Thank you. It's good to have you back.
I'm glad to be back.
Ms. Bell?
Once again, I would like to say congratulations to all of our graduates. I want to thank all the employees for all of their hard work last year. I would like y'all to enjoy y'all summer, be safe, see you back in August.
Thank you. I would like to congratulate all the graduates. It was really nice graduations, the promotions, all the awards days. Want to wish everyone a great summer, all the people, all the teachers who are off, not that you're off during the summer, but just the breakaway, all the people who are working a break and not having students here. I'm asking for something tonight. I'm not blindsiding Ms. Joseph. I told her beforehand. I would like the number of parapros that we've had this past year that taught classes at each school is something I would like. I also would like the number of students we have within the district on shortened days. This would be an ESC question. Their diagnosis and the number of hours per day they're in school. And I also would like the number of students who were on the honor roll in 3rd grade through 12th grade for this past year.
Do you need those separated by AB or just honor roll?
I would like AB, A, and principal
So they're
list
separated by divisions.
Per grade, right?
per grade. And I would like to compare and contrast it with FSA scores when it comes out to see if we're teaching, if we're grading with rigor. And again, I would, again, the number of parapros that have worked this past year as a teacher, the number of students on shortened day, their diagnosis, and the number of hours per day, and then the number of people who are on honor roll. And again, I wish everyone a great start of the summer, and see you on the 20th. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Made a motion to adjourn.
It's been properly moved by Ms. Bell. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Ms. Gibson. All those in favor? 5 by Ms. Bishop for adjournment.